Do you know Africa will never be free from imperialism? It just never will be.
Whatever spirit of guidance is with the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, other African leaders needed to watch this story of how this African president sold his people to Israel.
Can you believe that Malawi, the president of Malawi, in a secret deal with the Israeli government, has sent off their young people to go pick farm fruits and vegetables? Do you see the corruption? They gave him $60 million. And these poor people obviously want to work, but the deal of them working is like they're going to get $1,000 a month. And out of that $1,000, they have to pay for their airfare and processing and their boarding and living. Does that remind you of what we do here in the U.S. to our farm workers? It is so disgusting that these so-called democracies, of which we are being told they have today that Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East, will go into Africa, pay off the presidents, and get black people to work for white people. Because that's what Israel is, a white ethno-state. I cannot believe this. I really and truly cannot believe it. In the 21st fucking century, we're still going into Africa to enslave people, and the African leaders of some of these countries are just as bad as the Western democracies. It is absolutely disgusting.
Soon, and we will be on our way to the Holy Land of Israel. So, my name is Mr. Guest. I am the consul of Malawi in Israel. And I will be the one that's taking care of you in case you need any help, in case you find any difficulty, any kind. You should have my phone number, my personal phone number, and you can call me at any time, and I will make sure that as much as we can help you, so you don't feel completely disconnected from home. So I will be, for the next 5 years, I will be your home. If you need anything, I will be your father, your mother, your aunt, your grandfather, anything you need. I really want to, thank you. Thank you very much. I really want to welcome you to Israel. I just came this morning from Israel. The country needs you. What you are doing is not simple. What you are doing have a big say to the people of Israel. You are coming at this difficult time to help us to work on the agriculture. You know, Israel is a country where very important for us agriculture. And I feel a lot of similarity with Malawi. That's why the first country in Africa that got the possibility to bring workers to Israel, and for 5 years, not for 1, not for 2, and not for 3, for 5 years, it's Malawi. I hope that test and that first airplane will bring much, much, much more in the future. Because the idea is to have few thousand of workers in Israel, where we exchange not only money between working and an employee, but also culture, also knowledge. I want you to take the maximum you can for that beautiful time you're going to have in Israel, to study, to learn. And then when you come back home, you do your own little business with the knowledge of Israel. And that's the goal, because it's not only, I don't see it only as a mission of work. I see also as a mission of discovery of things that can help you in the future. I want to take the Minister of Finance. I want to take the Minister of Homeland Security. And above all of that, I want to take the President, that he is the one that encouraged us to go and to make it happen. So our trip today, it's not only because it's a commercial activity, no. There is a lot of political activity behind that, and that's a success. That's a success. So when people will see it, and they will see you coming to Israel, and they will understand that it's possible, we can do. Yes, we can do. Let's do it all together. Let's enjoy that time that we're all going to do together. And I really wish all of you and your family, because I know I am a father and I'm a grandfather. I know how your parents will.
May God save Africa. This table, though they turn back again, or waiting happen to our forefathers, African leaders, though they want to turn this thing backward. The whole world they progress, Africa not they progress. What did they wrong? See what they have for this present them.
And because of situations like those, this is why African countries get coup d'etats. Exactly how Ibrahim Traore took over Burkina Faso from the leading president. Because he saw, if this thing continues like this, he will continue to sell the country to dust. This is how Professor explains it.
These are not coup d'etats. These are revolutions. They are revolutions because it has become obvious that those who are lackeys of France in the Sahelian region were manipulating the electoral process, were using institutions such as the judiciary for purposes of perpetuating the French agenda. And that these young men from the military came out and said, no, when the people cannot do it through traditional revolution, we are going to do it through the barrel of the gun and use the institution of the military to change the equation. And they have changed the equation. How have they changed the equation? First, they are saying we are cutting political ties with Paris. Secondly, we are cutting economic ties with Paris. We are getting out of any organization which is led by France. We are cutting off the situation that compels us to use currency that is printed in France. We are ensuring that our resources are going to be refined, and they are entering into arrangements with a number of countries, including Russia and China, to begin to build institutions and installations that are going to refine their uranium, refine their gold, so that there is value addition. What is happening in the Sahelian region is, in my submission and in the view of many independent commentators, the beginning of the total liberation not only of those countries but the former French colonies. And it is not lost on me that the leaders of those countries are sending a very clear message. They are sending the message that any institution which makes the claim that is a Pan-African institution but is being controlled from outside will be defied. I remember that day, the day after the coup d'etat in Niger, and I remember the meetings that were held in Accra, Ghana, the meetings that were held in Abuja, Nigeria, the meetings that gave a 72-hour ultimatum to Niger and said, we are going to invade you, not in so many words, but we are not going to allow you. I remember the sanctions that were imposed upon Niger. And I remember all the three leaders, Traore in Burkina, and I remember the new leaders in Niger. I remember the leaders in Mali saying, we are now entering into a military pact. You attack Niger, you have attacked Mali, You attacked Burkina, you have attacked Mali, and you've attacked Niger, and of course, even Dumbuya in Guinea-Conakry said, we will join you. That is a new face. It is a face that was not contemplated, and the Sahelian revolution, because it is a revolution, is beginning to redefine how former French colonies are relating with France at the critical levels, including the area of trade, including control of their militaries, including control of their language. And it is not lost on me that in Mali, they have actually declared that French is no longer the national language. Bambara is now the national language. It is a clear statement that they are beginning to regain their independence, and they are doing it in a manner that was not anticipated and in a manner that was not contemplated. It begs the question, will the men in uniform continue to be in power until kingdom come? No. They have said in Burkina, they have said in Niger, they have said in Mali, they have said in Guinea-Conakry, we are midwives. We have come here for a short time to clean up the mess that has been with us. We have come here to clean up the mess that the French have always created. We have come here to ensure that the insurgency, which is sponsored by the French in Burkina Faso, which is sponsored by them in Mali, which is sponsored by them in Niger, which is sponsored by them in Guinea-Conakry, that this insurgency will eliminate it and will introduce a new system of governance which will allow the peoples of our country to participate in their governance without being controlled from Paris. They are saying that we have been puppets for too long. We are now regaining our independence, and this revolution is a revolution which is unique, is a revolution which is being defined and refined by young Africans whose agenda is the spirit of Pan-Africanism. The Sahelian revolution is a revolution which will change the continent of Africa and redefine Africa's relationship with the former colonizers.